So, hello beautiful people, welcome to another of my attempts to improve myself in the art of programming. Today we will be doing Angular and the typing. Who is who? Let's get into it. Oh my god, I cannot type with this plaster on. Hopefully I will not bleed all over the place, all over my keyboard. Should be fine. You can hear me? Good. Hey Dan. To learn some kernel mode drivers, very interesting. Yeah, I did some project in C, but I'm nowhere near calling myself like a knowing C. Thank you for the recommendation. Kernel mode drivers, that is so the kernel is the main core of the Linux operating system. It's what is called, and the drivers are the things which kind of provides the communication between the operating system and the actual hardware. And usually what it really is, at least in a Linux, is that you have reserved space in your it's basically a folder, but you know, like in Unix systems, everything is folder, and you're accessing that, and then do some operation on top of it, and that's basically it. There might be more. There might be more to it, and I'm sure. There is, but I did wrote only one driver ever, and that was in Linux. And it was part of my university education. Yeah, there's a lot to learn everywhere, unfortunately. And everything is like this black hole, the rabbit hole, where you can spend your entire life. At least I feel like. I'm not planning to go into that direction with my education right now, so it might be interesting to have a look into that, but I will not study it. Yeah. Already this takes me too much time. Yeah, when I was in school, like it happened that we knew more than the teachers that were trying to teach us the computers. So you are not alone. You know, like nowadays it may happen. Yeah. So, but don't. You know, like even when you go to like university and shit, it's still like no one teaches you anything. You really have to teach yourself everywhere. Only advantage on a university or in good school is that you can get some direction, which is all you really need most of the time, and you can ask people who know shit, which is also huge. But in the end, everything you have to is sit the fuck down and do it. That's it. There's no shortcuts. Okay, so what is the result? 734. Okay, so that's the first try of today, so that's like okay, I guess. Come on. There we go. So we will have it is here. Okay. So it was 7 and 34 we did. So that's not really good. Well, it is. It's not. It is better than my all-time average. So which is good. 7%. So that concludes the typing session, and we will proceed to learning Angular. And this is where we stopped. In the hero thingy, hero editor, maybe it's open here somewhere. Yeah, it is open here already. Okay, so I'll close this. Do I want to, well, like that? Is this still running? Looks like it is. So I'll refresh. The server is still on, it's still running. So we can start timer and start learning. Also, Dan, just to there is so many materials like online. You can learn everything like from the internet. That wasn't the case, like even like few years ago. So if you want to be good at like anything, you know, like well anything, especially programming and computers, nothing is stopping you really. Nothing. The most difficult part is to find the discipline and, you know, just do it. That's it, really. So show the heroes component view that we did and that we have in here. Come on, here we go. So we changed all of those. You reset the thing on the model, and then we did bind it on the template, right? So that is in a heroes component HTML, and here we evaluate that binding, which means, oh yeah, and another important stuff is that we defined this we did define this selector, which is used for this component to be accessed from the parent view, which is the component HTML, and we did this, which invokes the another component with all the view logic and so on in it. So that's what we did in here, and now they want us to create a hero interface. If I remember correctly, we did that as well. We did. And here we define the type of hero. Will be an object which will have two fields, ID and name, and ID will be a number and name will be string. Okay, what else? Now return to the heroes component class and import the hero interface. I think that's where we stopped yesterday. Heroes component, we did the import over here. And now what? I guess we will define the type for our hero. Yeah, okay, so it goes like this. Hero, and it will be type of hero. And now we have a problem because it says string is not assignable to type hero, which means that we are trying to assign this as a hero type, and hero type is not a single string. No, it is all of those. So what we will do, we will provide the thing they want, which is an object, which have an ID, which will be 1, and it is name, which is, why is it strike through? What was this? Wind something, I don't know. Windstorm, okay. Windstorm. Okay, cool. So we have that. But if we have a look in our application, it is object. That's the JavaScript way of saying fuck you. So what is happening in here? We did in the view of the heroes component, which is the HTML, we are binding here the hero, which is the object, right? So the JavaScript just say, well, it is an object. Fuck you. We don't want to be fucked, so we will change the what we wanna output. Page, I suppose. Okay, so ID1 main 0, and he creates a little. Okay, so H2 div. Why does he use the span? Oh well. We can do that. Will I code by hand? Yeah, why not? So we will do. This will be H2. Details. Right, then we had a div, and inside there was span for some reason. Inside of the span was ID first, and then we will say hero.id, and then we will change this to name, and this one will be name as well. So now what we should have in the view is the wind, storm details, ID1, and so on. So let's see. That's exactly what we've got. So that's pretty nice, isn't it? Let's continue. Now we can format with uppercase. Okay, so here is like we take whatever value we have in here, and this is called pipe when we will pipe it to a filter. This uppercase, change all the letters to uppercase, and it's in common module. So do I have to import it? Maybe it's already in there. Well, okay, so we will do exactly that. Uppercase. We will format it now. Okay, so we will have a look, and now the windstorm over here is uppercase. Beautiful. What else? The word uppercase in the interpolation binding right after the pipe operator activates the built-in uppercase pipe. Pipes are a good way to format strings, currency accounts, dates, and other shit. You can create your own. Okay, so edit hero. That means data flows from component class out to the screen and from the screen back to the class. Yep. Add the hero.name property. Okay, so here we have an input, then he has, oh come on, then he says ng model with both of those, okay. Div label, then there's an input, okay. And that's the attribute. Setting up the attribute, okay. So we are in the HTML now. We will do. I forgot if label. What? It's not what I want. Okay. And here was the input. Type text, yeah, not. And here was the binding, right, which was ng model equals exactly that. And there's this module to import. Do I want to import anything? Hero name. Placeholder name, okay. Why is it red? Does it work in here? Oh wow, this is like kind of fancy thing. Yeah, I don't even have to open the console module. But we can do that. And it says exactly the same. Since it isn't a null property of input. Okay, so what is the solution? It belongs to the optional forms module and you must opt into using it. App module class. This is very optimal to this. Okay, so the app module. Yes. We'll import it somewhere in here. Into the imports. Should work again, okay. It works. Okay. So what we did right now, to have the two-way binding in the ng thingy anywhere, we have to have it imported somewhere, and we did put it in the module. The module is so far that everything is contains everything in here. Is that the thing? I kind of forgot. So we will have a look again. So app module has what? ng module, browse module, forms module, app component, heroes component. Okay, so here's registered the app component to it, and the heroes component too, which we are using, which we created. Bootstrap says app component. App component HTML. Nothing. What about the TypeScript? It says app root. So the Bootstrap, if I remember correctly, is where the application starts, I think. Dude, this is unpleasant, kind of painful. It's not a good idea to slice your fingers, apparently. Come on. Put a little band-aid on you. Just tiny bit so it doesn't go in the way of typing. Scissors. Where's the scissors? So yesterday, or when, was a Valentine. My ex-girlfriend either spent the Valentine with someone else or alone. Isn't that wonderful? No, it isn't. It fucking sucks. In the H2 above the text box. Well, I did put it below it. So sue me. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, we did it the same. Okay, declare heroes component. The component must be declared in exactly one ng module. Okay. You didn't declare the heroes component. So why did the application work? It worked because the Angular CLR declared heroes component. When it generated that component. Okay, I see. That was in the module right here. Heroes component is declared in the geometry declarations array. Yep. There's both application components and our component. Yep. Final code review. It works. I did a lot of shit. Okay. COI to create a second heroes component. Display the heroes component by adding to add component shell. You apply the uppercase pipe. Yep. Two-way data binding. Yep. With the ng model directive. So that is the ng model equal and then the name of what we are binding, right? Product module, forms module. In the top module, well, in the only module I have, forms module enter, so you can import modules into modules. Angular would recognize and apply the ng model directive. Learn the importance of declaring components in the app module and appreciate it. Let's see, declare it for you. See, they even told me that I did appreciate it. Display selection list. This page shows explain the tour of heroes up to display a list. tell our users to select a hero and display the hero's details. Okay, create mock heroes. Mock heroes, okay. Okay, so mock dash heroes, okay, in the app directory. Not dependency, okay, so TypeScript, I guess. Mock heroes. Yeah, why not? And we put in that. Okay, and we have some problem. Okay. And we are done with this round. Okay, so we are ready for round number 2.